brings you here today is for a position with us. Can you name your field of study?
I majored in biomedical sciences at EKU, and I recently attended the PA program, which is Physician's Assistant Program at University of the Cumberlands.
Excellent. Okay. Austin, what do you see as your greatest strength?
My greatest strength would definitely be leadership. In everything that I do, in every a different program or every different aspect of my life, I like to take charge. I like to do things my way. I like to lead others to success, definitely.
Okay. What do you see as your greatest weakness?
I feel like I'm a perfectionist. Like when it comes to time management, I feel like I always try too hard on one thing before moving on to the next. And maybe that could slow me down and hurt my time management.
I see. Okay. Well, let me think here. Why do you want to work for this organization?
I feel like this organization could definitely bring me success. I've worked very hard to get where I am right now, so I feel like this organization could take me to the next step, could move me forward in life, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. What do you know about us?
I know that as a physician's assistant, I will be able to make my own decisions. Of course, working underneath the doctor, though I can still practice on my own. I can still diagnose. I can still prescribe. I can still do everything that a doctor would be able to do, and that's exactly what I want. I feel like this field is perfect for me.
I see. Do you like to work with people?
Absolutely, yeah. I love working with people. I love dealing with different kinds of people. Like the people that you meet every day are amazing. I feel like that could really help me in life.
Okay. Why did you leave your last job?
It actually closed down. As you saw, as you can see on my resume, I'm a lifeguard, and at Stivers Aquatic Center, it recently it's closed temporarily. So
yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
So what do you see in so far as your best accomplishment?
Best accomplishment is probably not giving up, because to get where I am right now, I've had to work very, very hard, and it's easy for people to slack off and to not work as hard due to the amount of stress that this kind of work can cause. So I feel like my greatest accomplishment is just getting where I am today, being able to pass everything that I've been able to pass, get through all the hard times of college and through medical school. So yeah, definitely just not slacking off.
So you feel your education is your greatest?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So what are your future goals?
Future goals, apart from being a physician's assistant, I would actually, I don't want to move far away. I would actually like to work locally around the London or Richmond area. Yeah, just the main thing being a physician's assistant, I've ever since I was a little kid, I've always loved this field, this kind of area. I'm very passionate about it. So yeah, definitely just this job.
You love your hometown area.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
That's a good thing.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me why we should hire you.
I feel like I'm very qualified for this position, and also, like I've said, I'm very passionate about this field. I've studied very, very hard to get to this point in my life, to be able to even be in this interview with you. So absolutely, I just feel like I'm the most qualified person.
Okay. Okay. And what are your salary expectations?
Well, depending on the area in which I work, which locally I would probably start off making about $85,000 a year, and then retiring, I'd end up making about $110,000, $120,000.
Okay, you see that as your future goal then?
Yes, ma'am.
If I were to ask your professors to describe you, what would they say? Definitely
hardworking. Like I said, I never slack off in anything that I've been given, in any kind of project or task that I've been given by my professors. I feel like I've done my 100% job. I always give my best. Whether I fail or not, I still feel like I've given my best in everything that I've done.
Okay, so failure doesn't bother you. You just pick yourself up?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. I learn from my mistakes, absolutely.
Absolutely, good for you. Do you have any questions for me?
All right. You're at Knox Central?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I thought I'd seen you around over there.
I'm actually a AmeriCorps member now. Like I'm doing the same.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
great.
I think you were the one who gave me my interview.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
First, let me apologize for the way I'm dressed. It's Spirit Week at school, so this was just what I have on.
Black.
Yeah. Yeah, like there were some of us that did it. It's just an insider. But also here's my resume and cover letter if you would like to.
All right. Great. Yeah, I remember that, the aquatic center and the water park. That wasn't the greatest news about the aquatic center.
No, it is not.
Yep.
Alright, these look good. Okay, so you are applying for a job with our company.
Yes, sir.
Why our company?
I feel like this organization can really push me forward in life. Most people that go into this organization are very qualified, very intelligent, educated people, and I believe that this is just the next step for me to be able to be successful.
Okay, what makes this company stand out in your mind?
This company in particular, it's just it's been one of my dreams for a long time now since I was a kid, is to be able to go into this field as a physician's assistant. I've always just loved the idea of it, and I've just always studied and prepared for this organization in this field.
Okay, I understand that you've prepared for this field, but there are many, many companies out there that offer this kind of position. Why
Absolutely.
this specific company?
This specific company, after the research that I've done on, of course, in this field you can't be too safe. So of course I have studied every single possible a company that I could go to, every single job that I could apply for, and this one I've seen the people that have come through here, the people who have applied, the people who have been successful through this company specifically, and I strive to be like those people.
All right. What makes us stand out in your mind?
What makes you stand out is definitely, like I said, the people that I see. Personal people that I know have been through this company, been through this organization and field, and I see how it's changed them and how it's put a positive look on their life and how they've just enjoyed every single second of it, and I want that same enjoyment for myself.
What can you bring to this company?
I believe that I'm very qualified for this position. I feel like if I was hired at this company, that I would be able to, I would definitely be able to just be a positive aspect. I'd be able to work well with others. I'd be able to do anything, any task that's given to me, I would be able to do my 100% best on it. I'd definitely be able to just do everything that to the best of my ability that I can for this company.
You a leader or a follower?
Definitely a leader. Everything, it's actually one of my greatest strengths. Everything that I do, I try to lead others. I try to lead others to success. And not only I don't try to do things my own way. When I take charge, I like to listen to others, to my followers. I like to get every single bit of advice or every single suggestion that I can take and that I can possibly take from anybody and just work with it and just be able to lead others.
As a new employee, you might have to do initially more following than leading. You have a problem with that?
Oh, absolutely not. You have to start somewhere, I believe. Nothing's just handed to you. You're not just given a leadership role. So I believe that through a long process of being able to follow, take orders, do what you are told, then you work your way up. And I believe that's how it should be.
What's your greatest weakness?
Greatest weakness? I believe that I am a perfectionist, and that deals a lot with my time management. So I feel like I spend a lot of time on one thing before moving on to the next, just because I like for that certain thing to be perfect. So that, yeah, definitely.
So time management. future goals, let's say, where do you see yourself in 3 years?
In 3 years, I see myself as being a physician's assistant, living not too local but not too far away, somewhere around the London, Richmond area. I feel like there is the best opportunity for me. And also, with this job, like I said, I've always loved this job. I've always loved the idea of it. And I feel like I am qualified, so.
All right. If I were to ask any of your professors to describe you, what one word would they use?
Definitely determined.
Determined.
And that also deals with hard working. And I believe that in every single task or every single project or assignment that a professor has given me, I feel like I don't slack off. I feel like I give it my 100% best, and even if I do fail, like I always know that I've always done my best on it, determined to do my best.
Okay. What are your salary expectations?
Well, for this specific field and where I plan on living, of course the salary is different in different areas, but around this area, around starting off at $85,000 a year, and then retiring around 110, 120 a year.
Okay. What questions do you have for me?
I would like to ask if I do choose this company, if I do, what could help me personally with everything that I've studied and everything, like my particular look. How would it help me be successful?
Being open to other people's ideas. As a new physician's assistant, you will have the latest ideas and the latest technology, but there is great benefit in being open to older ideas and older technology. New and latest is great and important, but it's not always the best. And that's where being able to follow comes in. You don't always have the perfect answer or the only answer. Any other questions?
I think that's it.
Okay. All right. I have some comments.
Okay.
I asked you in several different ways why this company, and you didn't really know any specifics about this particular company. Always know 3 or 4 specifics about the individual company that you're interviewing with. And you can do that by Googling it or just going to their website. Okay. I wrote down what makes you stand out, and I don't remember why I wrote that down. I guess what I meant, and I didn't ask you this question specifically, but why should we hire you? What can you bring to this job that the next 3 candidates can't? So you have the determination. It's something that you've dreamed about. It's something you've always wanted to do. But so do the next 3 candidates. So what makes you different? Think of something that makes you different from anybody else. Where do you want to be in 3 years? Whether you mean it or not, you need to talk about where you want to be, what you want to be doing in 3 years here at this company. You are applying for a job in Lexington, but you're saying in 3 years you want to be in the London Corbin area. Okay. No employer wants to hire and train you knowing that 3 years from now you want to be somewhere else. Okay. And salary. What you're asking for in terms of salary sounds very realistic, but it's always dangerous for you to start out with a number. When you start out with a number, the employer has the upper hand, because if they know how interested you are, and you say you want $85,000, chances are they're going to offer you $65,000 and see what happens. Because they're going to offer you the least they can to try to get you. My answer to that question has always been, and it's always worked for me, I want a salary that meets your expectations with my abilities. That puts it on them. They know what their expectations are. And with the interview, your resume, cover letter, and other things they're going to find out about you, they're going to know what your abilities are. And consequently, they're going to offer you something that's going to match their expectations with what you can do. Now, once they make you an offer, you can still negotiate. If they offer you 65 and you wanted 85, you can still negotiate up. Now, it might not be to 85, but you can still negotiate for more than their opening offer. But never give them an opening offer, because they're always going to go lower. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. But the resume looked good, the cover letter looked great. And you didn't do this. The cover letter was great. Never put any salary request in writing.
Okay.
In a cover letter. I think you're on the right track.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Austin. Good job.
Thank you. Do I actually have that back?
Oh, yes.
Just so I can, work on it.
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Okay. You want to see if anybody?
Hi,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you. What is your name?
Austin Smith.
Okay.
And first, let me apologize for the way I'm dressed. I completely forgot about this today, so.
Okay, yeah.
I know that I probably wouldn't even get an interview if
Probably
I
not.
came dressed like this, so
Exactly.
I apologize for that.
Okay. All right. If you were to have a dream job, what would it be?
I'm definitely a physician's assistant. My plan for the next 4 years is to go to UKU and then transfer to the PA school at University of Cumberland. And I love physician's assistant, just the idea of it, because not as much responsibility as a doctor, but of course you're above a nurse. So yeah, that's definitely.
Okay. Awesome. All right. What would you say your greatest strength is?
Definitely leadership. Like in every opportunity that I can, I always try to take charge. I like doing things my own way. I like being able to lead others to success. So definitely leadership.
Okay, so you could work with other people.
Absolutely.
So as a team. What is your greatest weakness?
Probably my time. When you get distracted by things, just most likely time.
Okay. Can you give me an example of that?
Of course, I got a lot of things going on. I'm involved in a lot of activities, a lot of clubs, different things. So a lot of times in school, it gets a little difficult. You get tired, you forget things. Your brain's working overtime. So just different things like that.
Why do you want to work for this organization or this field that you've chosen?
Well, I believe this is the right path for me. Ever since I was little, I've always been interested in this kind of field, and I feel like this is the way to push me forward in my success, the American dream.
Pause. Scoot your chair more that way so we can actually get at least a side profile of you. There you go. Let me make sure that's better. Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Why did you leave your last job?
It actually closed down, so everyone there that was there was forced out of work. It was Stivers Barge Center, so now it's closed now. So yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. Well, it's closed. It's closed for the time being. It's going to be closed for a while before it opens back up.
Swimming lessons. Give me your best accomplishment.
Best accomplishment. Most likely not slacking off. In the past 4 years of high school, of course, high school is a hard time for most people. Which whether you're the best student ever, you still have your struggles. So maintaining the grades I have, getting the ACT score that I have, that's definitely just all together. Like not slacking off and not just giving up. That's my best accomplishment.
What was your ACT score?
20.
What are your future goals?
Future goals, like I said, attend EKU and University of Independence and become a physician's assistant. I would actually like to work in the local area, probably around London or Richmond, somewhere like that. And in a hospital, not a doctor's office, but yeah, absolutely. And I would actually like to, I want to major in biomedical sciences at EKU and specialize in pediatrics. So,
why should we hire you?
I believe that I could be a great aspect of this field organization. I feel like I could help a lot. I'm a trustworthy and reliable worker.
What are your salary expectations?
With the field and job that I plan on going into, my salary will start off being about $9,000 a year, and I'll end up when I retire making about $1.
If I were to ask your professors to describe you, what would they say?
They would definitely tell you how hardworking I am. I definitely try to participate as much as I can in anything that we do in class, outside of class, different clubs and sports that I take part in. Like I said, I never slack off. I always put my best effort in everything.
Do you have any questions for me?